Hi everyone. Sorry again. I just looked back at the video I just recorded for the live stream and realized I was recording in potato quality. So to make up for that, I thought I would stream one more duel and do it in a nicer quality for you guys, because watching a video in 680 is horrible on the eyes. I will now try to stream in 1080. I am using a new recording software, which is why this happened. So we're going to watch one more replay, and it is going to be a match, and we're going to see it between Headbear YGO, who will be playing Dragon Rulers, which are legal in this format, and we're going to see Zeno Burn, who will be playing back row stun kind of deck. I'm not really sure what it was. Oh, sorry, no, it was Trickstar Volcanic. Sorry, I'm looking at a different game that I have here. So it should be a good game. Trickstar's got quite a powerful trap in Reincarnation. Banishing a hand of cards that you can only run one of is quite powerful in this game. We see Headbear YGO activates Charge of the Lightning Brigade to dump 3 cards and add a level 4 Light Swan from his deck to his hand. So he activates the effect of Minerva to dump Goliath. I'm pretty sure that happens after you search out the Light Swan, but whatever. He searches out the Raiden. And then we see a Melody of Awakening Dragon. He discards the Tempest to search out 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons, 1 alternative, 1 regular. Blue Eyes, again you can run 3 of it because it's vanilla, and alternative is great outing cards on the field, and because he's running Dragon Rulers, having extra dragon targets is always nice as well. We also see that he's running a Morphage Goliath, which is a nice floodgate monster. So next up, we're going to see him activate the effect of Tempest, banishing the Blue Eyes and the Goliath to summon the Tempest back from the graveyard. We're then going to see him summon Delta Flyer, which is a tuner monster, and he will synchro summon for the Leo. That is all 3 of his summons, so he'll have to end his turn there. Then we're going to see Xenoburn summon out the Candina. Candina searches any Trickstar card and adds it to his hand. He searches out Trickstar Narcissus. So if your opponent takes effect damage, you can special summon it from the hand, and Trickstars are all about effect damage. So we're going to see him enter the main phase 2 and discard a Ladzion the Time Lord. Ooh, Time Lords, huh? And Engraver the Mark to special summon out True King Anismados the Vanisher. Now, I'm not too familiar with True King. Once they came into the format is when I basically stopped playing, and when they left and Links came out is when I came back to the game. So True King is something that I need to look into a bit more, but all I know about them is they destroy cards in your hand and field and do cool things, and they're big beaters, which is nice for Trinity Format. So we're going to see Headbear YGO with the Dragon Rulers summon a Raiden, and we're going to see Xenoburn chain the Trickstar Reincarnation. He's going to drop the Ash Blossom, which negates Reincarnation. Ash Blossom, while not as strong in Trinity Format, is an excellent card to run against decks, just because any deck will search once or twice a turn probably. Even though you don't draw this very often, and it can be a brick sometimes, it's quite nice in Dragon Rulers, which are very consistent. So yeah, he's going to negate the Reincarnation. They're going to dispute a ruling for a little bit, and then we're going to see Raiden mill nothing good. He then discards both cards in his hand to summon out the Tidal, Dragon Ruler of Waterfalls, and then banish 2 to summon Tempest, which gives him 2 level 7 beat stick monsters on the field. That's all 3 of his summons for the turn, and he attacks over the opponent's field. Raiden dumps a mini Dragon Ruler and a... oh, nothing else? I don't think he dumped anything else. Oh, another Tempest. He runs 2 Tempests. Good to know. We see Meteon the Time Lord. So we're seeing a lot of Time Lords being dumped. We saw him dump a Lazion earlier. Time Lords, very powerful. They can't be destroyed by battle, can't be destroyed by card effect, and they bounce loads of stuff. So this one bounces every single card in your opponent's field to the hand, and for each one they lose 300. If I'm not mistaken, that should have been 900 damage because it doesn't count cards returned to the extra, it counts cards returned to the hand, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see Headbear try and counterattack. We see him activate Tidal to banish both Redox and the Dragon Ruler of Drafts. Redox's effect is going to activate. When it's banished, you can... It's been a while since I've played Dragon Rulers. You can add an Earth Dragon type monster from your deck to your hand. So add an Earth to his hand. He's going to add the baby version of himself. And then activate its effect to special summon one from the deck. And overlay into a Draco Sack. Now, while this may look passive, it's because he can't attack into the Meteon, so setting up a nice field where he can pop this back row and then not be destroyed for the next turn, and on the follow-up turn make a big play is quite a nice turn. He's going to pop the Blaze Accelerator Reload, which is not a good thing. If Xenoburn chooses to, he might banish this and dump a whole bunch of scatter shots, which Raigeki the field. Fortunately for Headbear, Mecha Phantom Beast doesn't care about that just because of the token that's out. Again, tokens do not count towards Summon Limit because they are normal monsters, or non-effect monsters, I suppose. So yeah, he's going to end his turn there, and we're going to see Meteon shuffle himself back into the deck. He's going to do the Scattershot combo I just mentioned, which is going to deal 1500 damage, and he's not going to discard the other Scattershots, which is interesting. I thought he would. I thought he'd Raigeki the field and just get rid of this token, but unfortunately he does not for some reason. He banishes the Reincarnation to summon out a Candina, and sets a Narcissus face down and destroys the token. We see 2 more tokens be summoned for Mecha Phantom Beast. He'll use Tempest's effect to revive it, and then we're going to see Tidal rip a card from the hand. We're going to see Raiden dump a couple of cards, and then we're going to see Redox come out. So that's all 3 of his summons this turn, and he's going to pop a card in the field and attack. I don't feel like there's a way that Xenoburn can come back from this, so he's probably going to skip. And we're going to game 2. They talk about how Mono Bluetron is untrustworthy. I don't know why. And we're going to game number 2. So he opens a very good hand. He has the Future Fusion to reveal the 5-headed God Dragon, and while it is a lot slower than its older counterpart, in a slower format like Trinity, this is a pretty decent card, especially with a copy of each back removal. We also see double Tidal, Tempest, sorry, and Lords, so he has potential to make the Ghost Ogre to negate, well, not negate, destroy a powerful play the opponent makes. And he draws into Dragon Shrine, which just makes that even better. We see the Blaze Accelerator activate, and we're going to Dragon Shrine into a Redox Spirit. He's going to revive the White Spirit and potentially banish this. He's going to banish it. He's going to activate the effect to dump Scattershot, draw a card. He's going to banish it just to dump another Scattershot. I don't know why he didn't dump those earlier. Oh yeah, sorry, he banished that for White Dragon Spirit, so that was dumped with Scattershot. I don't know why he didn't do this last duel. He could have burnt some serious damage and at least destroyed the token, and maybe made a rank 4 with the Narcissus to attack over the Mecha Phantom Beast. But you know, each to their own. We see Tempest activate in the hand to search out a Tidal. He's then going to summon the Tidal by banishing the 2 Dragon Rulers, and the Dragon Rulers Going to activate their effects to search out Vulnerable Guard. And then we're going to see a Synchro Summon into Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon, so no Pain Level Summons, and he can negate an effect that activates in the graveyard. And then he's going to play the Fusion at his turn. We see Lightning Vortex come out, which means that his field is about to get nuked, no matter what he summons from the extra deck. Lightning Vortex is very powerful, especially when Raigeki is forbidden. Lightning Vortex is basically just a discount Raigeki, which is always nice, especially in slower formats. He's going to pay the 500 to search out a new Volcanic Shell. And pass. And then he's going to use the Reincarnation to banish some stuff, but in the end it's going to help him Head Bear out, because Dragon Rulers like to be banished. And Blaster is going to search out Burner. He's then going to reveal the 5-headed dragon to use Future Fusion's effect and dump a whole bunch of dragons into the graveyard. So we see him dump Whitestone Legend, Eclipse Wyvern, a Redox, an Arcbrave Dragon, and the Amorphage Goliath. So he's going to be able to summon back that Goliath in the end phase, in the opponent's next standby phase, sorry. We see Tidal get summoned. And we get to add back the Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon to the hand. He's going to reveal the Blue Eyes that he just searched, and special summon. Xenoburn is going to scoop, and that is the game. And I think I'm going to do one more game, and then I'll call it bedtime. I've got work tomorrow, but I thought I'd just give you a couple of extra games because of my potato quality that I did earlier. It was a mistake on my part. So let me just open up the third replay that I have saved here. So this replay is a replay between Treetop Duelist, who writes all of the meta-analysis and all that kind of stuff. It's like meta-analysis is he talks about which decks top in each tournament. He writes articles about tech choices and stuff, I believe. You should check him out. I'll leave some links to the Discord where you can say hello to him in the description. But he's up against Recape. Recape banishes his Exodia pieces so that he has a 35 card deck. He uses Upstart, again, good for filling out the deck. And he's going to set up. So what we're seeing here, this is the deck that I thought was just a macro study deck. I can't really understand what the deck is. He kind of just sets 5 and passes. And we see that Treetop Duelist is playing Hero. So what he's going to do, we're going to see him play the Reinforcements of the Army. Reinforcements of the Army lets him search out the Stratos, which is legal. He is free, everyone. Stratos is legal in this format. Stratos, unfortunately, gets Solemn Warninged, so he does not get to get the search effect. We then see the Future Fusion come out, which gets Cosmic Cyclones, unfortunately. In the end phase, he forgot to do it, but he's going to scapegoat from last end phase and into his new turn. He's then going to link them into a Gaia Saber. This does not count towards the summon limit. And then he's going to summon the Barrier Statue of the Torrent, which is going to lock Treetop Duelist out of summoning anything but water monsters. He's then going to use the Aquajet to give it 2,000 attack points. So he's going to take a sizable chunk out of Treetop Duelist's life points. Now, Barrier Statue of Torrent, while strong right now, is probably going to die to this Dark Hole in Treetop Duelist's hand, which I believe is co-forbidden, which means that you can only run it with a co-forbidden card. He also runs Monster Reborn, which I believe is semi-forbidden. This is going to allow him to special summon back a monster from the graveyard. He chooses Strauss. He is free again, and he gets to search out the Vion and normal summon the Vion. Vion is going to mill into Shadow Mist, which is going to search out Honesty Neos, and then he's going to banish Shadow Mist to search out Polymerization. You get all those pluses, and then he's probably going to try and attack for game, but he doesn't get it. Quaking Mirror Force, as I say, this seems to be some kind of stun deck with warnings and scapegoats and quakings and the barrier statues, so I'm assuming this is some kind of back row. He's attacking the front and breakthrough skill to end his turn. Scoops, over Cape Scoops. We go into game 2. Treetop Duelist opens with a fairly nice hand. I wouldn't say it's brilliant. He can search out the polymerization by normal summoning this, or dump a Shadow Mist for a search. He has revival options if he just want to dump Stratos instead. He has Cosmic Cyclone and Twin Twisters in his hand, which is good. He's probably sided into one of these, or maybe he makes both, I don't know. He draws Armageddon Knight. We see him normal summon the Blazeman, which is going to mill the Shadow Mist and search out Honesty Neos, which seems to be an integral part of hero OTK decks in this format. We see Blazeman attack over Flip Frog. When it's flip face up, you can turn monsters your opponent controls to the hand of the limit face of frog monsters you control. Unfortunately, so Treetop gets it off. Now he gets to set the Powerful Rebirth and the Call of the Haunted, which will bring back the Shadow Mists next turn. He gets Dark Law, and he sets his back row removal too. We see True King Baristos Fathomer come out. He can now banish 2 spell and trap cards from the opponent's field, which is going to be a good turn with back row. He's going to chain into Powerful Rebirth, which is going to let him bring back the Shadow Mist. And he's not going to use Mist Effect. Okay, so he doesn't have a Mask Change in his deck, I don't guess. He's going to use Armageddon Knight to mill into Vision Hero Witch Raider. This is very powerful. You can tribute summon it by using trap cards on the field, which is very nice in a hero TK deck. And it destroys all spell and traps your opponent controls when it's summoned, so it's really good against back row heavy decks like this one. He's going to overlay into a rank 4. We're going to see Castel come out, so he can bounce this back into the deck, and then attack for 3,100. He's going to drop the Honesty Neos to attack the game. Victory for Treetop Duelist, and a very good example of how Hero OTK works with all its revival options and Honesty Neos. It still had Monster Bond to go, so he could have brought back Witch Raider next turn or this turn. But yeah, that was a very good game. But it's the last one I'm going to show tonight. Well, maybe I'll show one more. Shall I show one more? I think I'll show one more. Let's do one final game. Let's have this one. So this one is a game between Sinos Ripos and Gavone 13. Sinos is going to be playing Spiral Trickstar Stun deck, and Gavone is going to be playing Frog Paleo, which is a familiar deck to people who have ever played against Totally Awesome. So we're going to see Sinoripos open quite a stun hand with the Ghost Ogre and the Ring of Destruction and the Fossil Diner. But unfortunately, Gavone gets to go first, banishing these OD pieces for a more consistent deck. This guy is running a 30 card deck, so he's going to have very consistent plays. We're going to see him activate Spellbook of Secrets. This is a very good engine for drawing cards in a control deck. He gets to search out the Spellbook Magician of Prophecy. Prophecy gets summoned to search out Knowledge. And Knowledge lets him draw 2 cards, so he gets to fill up his hand. He then gets to activate Chicken Game, which lets him pay 1,000 to draw a card. Now the opponent can choose to draw using it, or he can use 1,000 to pop it so the opponent can't draw anymore, which is why Chicken Game is a very good card. He's going to set the Fossil Diner so that if he gets stuck, the Diner can stop it. And he's going to set 3 back row in case some of this is a Twin Twister. He's going to use it as bait. We see Gavone activate Scapegoat. He's going to summon out 4 Sheep tokens, and then he's probably going to link with them this turn. We see him link into Mrs. Radiant and then into Proxy Dragon. This is usually a good play to get you into Topologic Bomber Dragon. I'm assuming Gavone knows what Sinos is up to because he does not opt for that, and he attacks into the Fossil Diner, which destroys both of these. Mrs. adds itself back to the extra deck with its effect. He's going to set a monster and end his turn. The monster is going to be unseeable by me. So Sinos is going to draw into Trickster Reincarnation. and use Dragon Ravine, discarding the Destrudo and dumping the Supreme King Darkworm. Again, pretty staple card if you're running level 4 oriented deck. He's going to summon back the Supreme Dragon King Darkworm, and Darkworm is going to revive Destrudo. Sorry, Destrudo is going to revive itself on Darkworm, and he's going to Synchro Summon into Ancient Fairy Dragon, popping his field spell to gain 1,000 life points, and searching out Spiral Resort. So activating Spiral Resort, he searches out Super Agent, which is going to suit the top card of the opponent's deck. He uses Resort to shuffle back a Fossil Diner, which means he now has that back in his deck for next time he wants it. He draws into Floodgate Trap Hole. He activates Resort's effect to grab Spiral Tuch. He's going to use Super Agent's effect. He's going to call a monster, but he's going to get the Paleo Trap, unfortunately. Which means that he's not going to be able to summon Super Agent. But now he knows what's on top. He's going to use Tough. And Tough can declare a monster, spell a trap on top of the deck to target a card opponent controls. And if you got it right, you destroy the target. So he's going to destroy the Pilika. And then Tough is going to take over the defense position monster. Ruboku is going to be flipped, which is going to let him summon back one of the Paleos. But he's going to continue his attack into the defense monster. It's going to be the Poison Draw Frog. But instead of letting it die, he's going to let it sit there, probably for a rank 2 play next turn. And then Sino is going to use Trickstar Incarnation. Again, as I said before, extremely powerful card in a format which you can only have one of each card, because every card you banish you can never use again unless you run a second copy of it using deck consistency, which we know Gavoin is not, because he has a 30 card deck. So all of the cards that he just banished are gone forever. He draws 3 new cards to refresh his hand, and we see him enter the main phase. He's probably going to overlay. He does. He enters into Totally Awesome, which get Bottomless Trap Hold. But we're going to see Totally Awesome activates effect and try and negate the Bottomless, but then we're going to see Ring of Destruction come out, and so pop the Totally Awesome and deal 22 to both players. Totally Awesome's effect still resolves, however, so he does get back the Bottomless Trap Hole on his side of the field, and Totally brings that back into the extra deck, so it's a totally recurring rank 2 monster. We're going to see one of Sino's semi-limited cards come into his hand, the Terraforming. Terraforming is semi-limited because it's quite a staple card to search out field spells, and it's very good at thinning out the deck. That's why it's on the list. But he's running 5 extra cards because he feels it's worth the Terraforming. We're going to see Super Agent reveal a trap to summon itself and pop a back row. He's going to chain the Bottomless Trap Hole and activates Paleozoic Endonia, which gives a monster 500 attack and defense. He's going to give it to the Ronin Toad. We're going to use Ancient Fairy to gain back 1,000 life points and search out Trickstar Light Stage, a very powerful card that can get rid of back row very easily and searches out your Trickstar Candina, which can then search you out things like Lycosis, which is and then he's going to use Lycosis and summon it, and pass his turn. Oh no, he's going to Link Summon, sorry, he's going to Gaia Saber and attack over Ronin Toadin, which is 100 attack points and Ronin defense. Gavone is going to set a card and pass his turn. He obviously doesn't have very much play to do. He doesn't have a way to summon back his Paleozoics in the graveyard, doesn't have any frogs to banish for Ronin Toadin, so he only has this defense position monster. That screams to me that he doesn't have another monster in his hand, or if he does, he can't summon it for some reason. We're going to see Candina get summoned, and Candina gets summoned. Candina searches out Lilybell. Lilybell gets summoned by its own effect. Lilybell attacks directly using its effect and grabs back Lycosis, and then we see Gaia Saber attack. He scoops because he knows Lycosis is coming down to end the game. So we go on to game 2. Lycosis draws into a nice Trickstar hand. We see one of his spicy tech choices, Blind Obliteration. He gets to roll 2 dice each turn to destroy all monsters Sorry, he gets, it's not all, each turn, sorry, so it's a normal trap card. When he activates it, he rolls 2 dice and destroys all monsters of that level or lower, with one that he chooses. So he gets to have essentially a field wipe with high odds of getting at least a 5, which is very nice. We're going to see Gavone thin out his deck and set a bunch of cards. We'll see Xenorep activate Upstart Goblin to thin out his deck and draws into the Prohibition. This card is probably sided in for the matchup. He activates it. He summons Kandina first and grabs Light Stage. Uses Light Stage to search out Lilybell. He uses Light Stage's stun effect on this back row so it can't be activated or until the end of the turn. Kandina attacks the defensive response on it. It turns out to be a Sangan. Sangan's going to go off and search out the Swap Frog. He then activates Prohibition and he's going to call Totally Awesome. So now Gavone cannot use Totally Awesome, which is probably the most powerful card in his deck at the moment. This is a very good counter card to decks that use one particular card. He's going to set the Blind Aberration and the Reincarnation, and he's going to grab Kandina back to his hand to summon Lycrosis. That's his turn. We're going to see Gavone in the end phase activate Scapegoat, summon the 4 tokens, sorry, and pass his turn. In the draw phase, we're going to see a Trickster Reincarnation, which is going to go well with the Lycrosis for the burn damage. He banishes his whole hand, which we know he does not run duplicates off, so bye-bye Ronin Toad and bye-bye Swap Frog. And he's going to take some damage for it too, 1400 damage to the face. During the standby phase, Xenos is going to flip over Blind Obliteration to try and get rid of these Scapegoat tokens because he knows that this could be a Topologic Bomber Dragon. He's going to roll a 4, not a 1, and destroy all level 4 or lower monsters on the field, which includes his Lycrosis, unfortunately, but it gets rid of the potential Topologic Bomber. Gavone to 7 monster on his turn and activate the Paleozoic Lincholia. Why do these have such weird names? He targets a banished card and returns it to the graveyard, so he gets to get back his Ronin Toadin that got banished by the Reincarnation, which is very good for him. He's going to use Light Stage, but he's going to chain the Wabilku and bring back the Paleo he just activated. We see Xeno activate his Spiral Super Agent, Calling Trap. Being able to special summon it is very nice because he gets to go into rank 4 with the Dark Worm. He summons out Castell and aims to bounce back the trap card into the deck. But he forgot that it wasn't affected by monster effects, and so ends up losing his material, unfortunately. Unifrog gets summoned, and Flipfrog gets flipped. Unifrog attacks directly, which allows him to free up the Prohibition, and in the main phase to overlay into a Paleozoic Anomcarlius. This card lets him search out his Excavate cards to look for trap cards, and it allows him to destroy cards on the materials. He's going to kill the Stell. We're going to see Xenos draw into Cosmic Cyclone. He's going to first try and bait it out with Light Stage, which he does. Light Stage gets banished. And Moon Mirror Shield gets... Now he sets the Cosmic Cyclone and brings back Dark Worm. And then normal summons Lilybell, attacks directly, searching back the Lycrosis, but unfortunately Anima Coronalilis, I can't say the name of that card at all, destroys Lilybell before she can activate her effect. It's going to attack over Dark Worm, dealing a small chunk of damage to Xenos' life points. And Gavone is going to set 1 card and end his turn. We see the Kandina come down. He has recycled this multiple times throughout the game. He don't think he has anything left to search. He attacks into Dupe Frog, unfortunately, taking 2,200 damage. Gavone is going to draw into Witch of the Black Forest, and he's going to attack Xenos Rep for some damage. And we see Xenos Rep draw into some hand traps, which is not good for him. This is why hand traps are sometimes a bad thing to have too many of in Trinity Format. We see him take a massive chunk of life points, 3,500 to the face, and draw into He's going to hope that the opponent normal summons a monster. Unfortunately, Apollochroma still had a trap card left on it, and so it pops the Torrential Tribute, and we, if you draw the monster, this could be game. It is not game. We see the Lilybell come out with the effect of Trickster Reincarnation, and Gavone ends his turn. Sinus Rep activates Set Rotation, which is legal in this format. It allows him to set 2 field spells from his deck to the field or his own side of the field. He activates his, which is Spiral Resort, which allows him to add Tough to his hand. Tough gets summoned, and he calls Trap Card to destroy a card in the field. I think he targeted this by mistake again. He keeps forgetting that Paleos can't be targeted by monster effects. He gets back the Lycosis using Lilybell. He attacks into the Witch of the Black Forest with Tough, which will allow Gavone to search out a monster. He adds Slime Toad to his hand, which I think is a surprising pick. Slime Toad is a normal monster, so he can run multiple of it, but I don't see the appeal in running a vanilla level 2 monster unless you have lots of special summon spam, and he only really has Running Toading for the special summon spam, so I'm not a huge fan of Slime Toad myself. I mean, he probably has some wacky combo using it, and it doesn't count towards the summon limit, so it probably lets him go off a bit more if he wants extra XC materials, for example. We see Xeno kind of pass his turn, he shuffles back a card of Resort, and then Gavone is going to attack into Tough, destroying it. Set it back for its turn. We see Twin Storm. He would have popped this, but unfortunately it was an MST itself, and so Resort dies. He sets it. This is going to let him pop both of these by discarding the Lilybell or the card he draws in his draw phase. He draws Effect Veiler. Now is the time I would Twin Twister. He does. He pops 2 back row. He hits a Halojuiciana, which he will chain. He targets a face-up monster in the field. Its attacking force becomes half. He targets Dupe Frog, and he's probably going to use that to get back one of his Paleos from his graveyard and set rank 2 next turn. So he hits Torrential, which is great. If he hadn't hit that Torrential and he'd made a comeback, it could have spelled his doom, but he has Lilybell to attack directly and search back the Lycosis, which is going to bounce the Lilybell to summon the Lycosis and attack over the Paleo he just revived, so no active way for Gavone or any Link monster shenanigans using things like Master Boy. We see a Slime Toad come out. He's going to attack over the Lycosis and go for the game. We enter game 3. 1-1. Sinnoh Rep at 1, Gavone at 1. Who will win? I do not know. So we see Sinnoh Rep open quite a back row heavy hand with the Lilybell, so it's not too great for him unless he draws into something that can help him out. He's going first as well, so he gets to set his back row. Great for him. He sets up a big field with his body. We see Gavone set 2 back row as well. And the Quaking is going to get banished with the Cosmic Cyclone. We're going to see Terraforming. Terraforming is incredibly important in this deck because he gets to search out any Trickstar monster to his hand or Trickstar card to his hand using Candina and the field spell. It's like a triple Strauss almost for the deck, which is really good. So that's why he's running it. He's going to search out the Light Stage. The Light Stage is going to search out Candina, but it gets MST. That's unfortunate on his part. He switches the Lilybell to attack mode and deals 800 damage. That's his turn. And we see Gavone activate Pilica to get some draw power going, and set up his graveyard with some Paleos, and then chain the Scapegoat in the end phase. This is going to give him a Topologic Bomber Dragon or a Gaia Saber. We'll only have to wait and see. He links into Mrs. Radiant. He links into Proxy Dragon. And then he attacks over the Lilybell. Mirror Force. Mirror Force is going to allow Mrs. Radiant to shuffle back an Earth monster, preferably herself, into the extra deck. which happens. And then we see Gavone set Lilybell's going to attack directly again. This is putting Gavone on a bit of a turn clock. He has 10 turns to respond to Lilybell attacking him directly, which is a long time, but every little helps. We see him summon the Swap Frog, which has more attack points than Lilybell. He's going to be able to get rid of this threat unless the Sinnoh Repos wants to use up his Ring of Destruction. Swap Frog brings out the Submarine Frog. He summons out the Ring, but we see the Ring of Destruction pop the Swap Frog. Gavone's going to activate Lean Cholia, which targets one banished card and returns to the graveyard, and it allows him to summon out a Morelia in his graveyard and make the Totally Awesome that makes his deck so good. We see a Lost Wind. He tributes the Totally Awesome to take the Lost Wind, which is a good play. It stops him from recycling the Lost Wind next turn and lets him negate the monster effect of a card that he finds problematic on his turn, so perhaps a rank 4 that comes up in the future. The downside is Sinnoh knows it's there, so he can bait it out. So Sinnoh's play attack cards, Floodgate Trap Hole. This is actually really good in format. You can only normal summon 3 times, especially if you can set a monster in the extra monster zone to prevent your opponent from link summoning. It's always very nice. He's going to banish a frog to summon back Ronin Totem in attack mode. And he's going to activate Moon Mirror Shield to give Ronin Totem the boost he needs to attack over Lilybell. Gavone's going to attack directly again, dealing 100 damage. Not the best play. Will this activate only when he attacks or when it's being in battle? Yeah, it's in battle, so yeah, it's fine to leave him in attack mode, that's fine. So 100 damage is fine. He's going to call Trap on the Super Agent. Unfortunately, he's going to mill the Eccentric Archfiend, which means his Super Agent does not go off. But he knows an Eccentric's coming up next turn. He's going to pass, he knows the Eccentric's just come to his hand, and it's going to pop a back row. He pops the Floodgate Trap Hole. He's going to activate Halluciogena, which will let him bring back monster, and then overlay into Totally Awesome again. Gavone pays 500 to put the Moon Mirror Shield back into his deck, and then enters his battle phase to... Ooh. He might be changing his mind, he might not go for the... Oh no, he does. He goes for the Totally Awesome, he attacks directly for 2200. Sinnoh seems to be in a real spot right now. Does this destroy cards of ranks? Yes, it does. He could roll a high number and get rid of this Totally Awesome. If he is lucky enough, he can also negate the effect with Breakthrough Skill, so it can't be negated either, which is going to be really good for him. He's going to activate the effect of Totally Awesome to special summon a frog monster from the deck. He summons out the Unifrog, which is a spell and trap popper. Very nice. Unifrog's going to attack directly, and Blind Obliteration is going to come down. This lets him roll 2 dice, destroy monsters with one of the dice result that has lower level than the die result. Gavone's going to think heavily. Should he Totally Awesome this? Should he leave it? Should he let the Totally Awesome die if he rolls 4 or higher? Totally Awesome negates, and Breakthrough Skill comes out. I don't think that's going to work because he has tributed his Totally Awesome, so Breakthrough Skill does not work. He gets Blind Obliteration on his field and Totally Awesome goes back. And then the Unifrog is going to pop the Breakthrough Skill. He's then going to get back his Totally Awesome by summoning out the Duke Frog past his turn. We see a Fossil Diner come out. This could be good. I don't think Totally Awesome can activate during the damage step, so having Fossil Diner is not the best. If he does flip it and activates effect, it gives Gavone a Fossil Diner, which just spells doom. I don't think there's really much he can do against this setup frog player. Admits defeat. and Gavone wins the duel 2-1. GG Gavone. Right, so that's the last duel I'm going to cast tonight. I will cast some more round 1 gameplay tomorrow. I hope you guys have enjoyed the Trinity gameplay. Again, I really do apologise for the potato quality of the first stream that I did. I did not realise that it was set to 680 resolution. I will check that in future. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Remember to like, comment on anything I've said, subscribe to see more Trinity format gameplay and more DD gameplay. DD is my favourite deck. I will be playing more of it, and I could cast some DD gameplay or DD Trinity gameplay if you guys want to see that. So yeah, thanks for watching. Peace out.